steam has a big role to play in our hospitals. And besides just the comfort, the obvious hot water is not a luxury or convenience item in a hospital. It's a life-saving measure. Hospitals are built on safety and care, but a lot of that is around sanitation, autoclaves, all those instruments that they're using. A lot of those go back into the steam generator, which is called an autoclave. Put it in under pressure, raise the temperature, kills microbials, bacteria, all that nasty stuff that would grow, on things. And there's obviously hospitals are super critical steam, so they have redundancy. And I think each state and maybe has some different rules for redundancy. I've heard double, for triple redundancy for hospital systems. So it's a big deal. And with hospital where there is certainly life and death issues, the redundancy in the steam room is a big deal, which might include looking up, temporary connections for a rental boiler. I don't know how I got in there. So I'm writing down. It seemed like common sense.
And steam quality is super critical.
And steam quality is super
Because
critical.
if they get spots on their, when they're doing the cleaning in their autoclave, if there's spots, that's just dead.
Yeah.
It's incredible how particular they are.
Moving from hospital really, but to even to like a research place at a university where there was actually a bad accident. It became a nightmare where we had to get boilers quick there to make sure that the lab rats are not going to die in the winter. Now it was a redundant thing. They had boiler, but they needed redundancy just in case that boiler goes down, right?
Yep.
And so it's something that I know, I don't know if you remember or not, but it was in the dead of winter and had to run and get those things taken care of.
I remember him talking about that. Actually, it's kind of interesting you should bring that up because this past year we worked on a project down in the Carolinas where they had a research lab with primates and they were using them for various testing that they had to have for basically for vaccines and diseases. And you've got years worth of research building upon itself. So you can't, let these hundreds and hundreds of primates that they have just pass away because they lost their main heating function. So they had to help restore that. I mean, it's critical to keep that research alive.
Yeah. I know we were just talking about hospitals, but you also got to think of all of the standalone surgery centers that are in the U.S. So you think of the literal steam footprint. While the size of the boiler may look different, there still has to be steam applications at all of these standalone surgery clinics or, other things like that have to have steam application. It's a big footprint.
Oh, yeah. And when you think of healthcare as a whole, I mean, that even applies to like assisted living facilities, things like that. I mean, they all have to have heat as well. So, I mean, it's a big impact.
Yeah.
Dentists.
Yeah, that's right. And again, it's why we've created the whole thank steam category, that we talk about, because people still don't understand unless you're in the business. They don't realize that, how it affects them. And so the whole thank steam thing that we came up with is just, I just wanted people to just go, hey man, if you turned your lights on today, you thank steam. If you walked on carpet, you can thank steam. I would almost say walk on water.
Yeah, on our years, I say, now Jesus.
Thank Jesus.
Different steam. Divine. That's divine steam.
So.